bienvenidos to my channel. Yo me llamo Kelly and this is Adventures in Spanish. And in today's video, you're going to learn 12 common mistakes that beginners make when they're learning Español. ¿Listo? Vamos! Okay, so mistake numero uno are those pesky articles. The un, una, el, la, unos, unas, los, and las. It's quite a tricky one. The key to this is that most nouns or things that end in a are generally feminine, and most that end in o are masculine. There are some exceptions. The most common one, for example, is mapa. Mapa, the map, or map, ends in a. So you'd think it should be a feminine noun, but in fact, it's masculine. So instead of it being la mapa, it's actually el mapa. The next one, numero dos, are things that we call false friends. A bit like my amigo here behind me, amigos falsos. For example, the verb asistir you'd think would mean assist, right? But it actually means to attend. And the word embarazada does not mean embarrassed, it means pregnant. And one of the ones that I hear all the time is emocionada or emocionado. It means exciting. It does not mean emotional. In Espanol, the word for people is singular. We say gente, la gente, the people, la gente. It's not plural, it's a singular noun. So if you're talking about there being lots of people, we don't say mucha gentes, we just refer to it as a collective noun. So mucha gente. Hay mucha gente or no hay mucha gente. It's different to the plural of personas. So las personas, unas personas. See, personas, peoples, gente, people. And if you're keen to improve your written Español, then it's important that you don't make the mistake of writing your days of the week, los días de la semana, with a capital letter. We don't do it. So the word for Monday in Español is lunes, and it's never spelt with a capital. Martes, just a normal M. Miércoles, Wednesday. Jueves, Thursday. Viernes, Friday. Sábado y domingo, Saturday and Sunday. Don't write your days of the week with a capital letter in Español. And yes, I do have a flamingo on my shoulder. Another really common mistake that beginners make when they're learning Español is the negative sentences. So in English, we would say, I don't want anything. Yeah. Double negatives don't exist in English, but in Español they do. So it's absolutely fine and it's actually correct to say, I don't want nothing in Español. And we say it by saying, no quiero nada. No quiero nada. And if there isn't anybody around in Español, we say, no hay nadie. There isn't nobody. No hay nadie. One of the main things that you learn when you first learn Español is that there are two U's in Español, the tú and the usted. Now, it is not the end of the world if you get these wrong, and there's lots and lots of lessons available on YouTube, on the internet, about how and when to use tú and usted. My default is always to go for usted, which is formal, as opposed to tú, which is informal. As a general rule of thumb, though, we use tú, the informal you, for people that are younger than us, for our friends, for family members, for people that we are familiar with. We use tú. And usted for people that you want to address formally, with respect, people in authority, somebody you're meeting for the first time, somebody older than you, usted. Tú and usted. Another really common mistake that beginners make with Espanol is the order of the adjectives in their sentences. So, for example, if I have a green car, I don't know, I think it's unlucky to have green cars, but anyway, are green cars unlucky? A green car, in English we say a green car. In Espanol we say a car green. Un auto verde. We don't say un verde auto. Of course, if you're in España or other Spanish-speaking countries that don't use the word auto, you might use coche. It's the same. Un coche verde, not un verde coche. The next one is the H in Espanol, the H. And if you've been learning Spanish for a while, you'll already know that the H at the beginning of any word in Espanol is always silent. But if you're new to Espanol, this is something that you really need to learn, because words like hola begin with an H, but we don't pronounce the H. We don't say hola. And when you're asking for some ice in your drink, we don't say hielo. We say hielo. The H is always silent. If you see some little ants running along the floor, they're never hormigas. They're always hormigas. Muy versus mucho. Now, I did a whole lesson on this. You can watch it here. Basically, muy means very and mucho means a lot. For example, I am very cold. Tengo mucho calor. Or whereas you might say, I'm very well, thank you. Estoy muy bien, gracias. And a really great mistake to overcome, to learn and to get right is when you say thank you for something. So if you're being gifted something or you're being given something, we say gracias por. We don't say gracias para. It's always gracias por. See, so someone gives you a cake, a piece of cake, una porción de torta, you say gracias por la torta. Somebody gives you un regalo. Gracias por el regalo. We don't say para. The difference between when to use caliente and when to use calor. So, if you want to say I am hot, we say I have heat in Espanol. So it's like tengo calor. Yeah, it's very, very hot. You're like, oh, tengo calor. But if you use the caliente, estoy caliente, it kind of means something else. It means that you're feeling a little bit horny. I've done a video all about this as well. You can watch it, I don't know, round about here. So there we have it. 12 common mistakes that beginners make when they're learning Español. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.